Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike.
And I'm Nina.
And we are back with part 2 of our look why you don't always need to win. Winning is great. Practicing and trying hard is what you should do. But hey, if it doesn't work out, if you have some bad luck, maybe the other player's just really hot that day, really, really good, you might be a loser. You might lose and you can't go around, kicking garbage cans and, getting mad at everyone and mad at yourself. You just have to accept it, move on, and try harder next time. Now, have you ever been in a situation like this, playing sports, playing a game with other people, and someone really doesn't want to lose?
Yes, absolutely. So we had a game night with some friends, and one of them is married. So my friend, she was trying to do a move that she thought would win or help her win, but her husband really insisted that she would listen to him and do what he wanted. So reluctantly she did and lost the game.
Oh no.
Yeah, so she was extremely upset about it, and they started fighting and bickering, and it was very awkward for the rest of us who just wanted to have a fun game night.
Wow, so this wasn't like the Taiwan chess championship.
No.
It was just a couple of people playing a game at home one evening.
Exactly, and it happened more than once.
Really?
So you know how people really don't like to lose, but that's why it's important to not be someone who cares so much about something like this.
That's right. Those people might really not want to lose, but we might really not want to play with those people because they're always trying to win and even causing problems with their friends and their family. You see, the things that we can do when we focus too much on the victory and not so much just on playing the game and having a good time. So let's find out more about this very important topic. Yeah, you don't always need to win. When we fail, we get valuable information. We can learn from it to avoid making the same mistakes. We can also use it to improve our relationships. So it's okay to fail. Just don't stop trying. All right, here we are with part 2 of You Don't Always Need to Win. In part 1, we learned that no, you don't always need to win, and trying to win too much all the time could just make you not a very nice person. But today, we're looking at it a different way, and I like this idea. We're looking at the things you might miss if you win all the time, the things you can learn by losing occasionally, why it might be good for you in the end to lose once in a while.
Okay.
It's true.
Let's learn more about it.
Let's do that.
When we fail, we get valuable information. Okay, we get valuable information. Valuable means very useful or worth a lot of money. So in this case, the information that you get from losing, it might actually help you in the future. That's why it's worth a lot. So for example, this ring is very valuable.
Oh, okay. So that could mean it's very expensive, cost a lot of money, or maybe it's a simple ring, but it was your grandmother's ring when she got married. So it's valuable to your heart, but maybe not to your wallet. So yes, let's learn about some of the valuable things you can learn by losing. It says we can learn from it to avoid making the same mistakes. I've heard a lot of athletes say, you don't learn things when you win. Because you played your game, you won, you're like, hey, I played the perfect game. I don't have to change anything. But when you lose, then you can notice the mistakes that you make, what you did wrong, and then you can avoid them. You cannot do them in the future, and then you can win more. And isn't that nice and fun? All right, let's go over to Tina. She's got great information for us, I'm sure.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 valuable, valuable 形容词宝贵的有价值的 The old watch is valuable to Gina. 这只旧手表对 Gina 来说很宝贵。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, thank you, Tina. Now we're talking about the things that you can learn when you lose, the things you learn by not winning. And one of them, of course, is the mistakes that you make. You can learn from them and avoid them in the future. That only happens if you lose.
Indeed.
What else is a good thing about losing?
We can also use it to improve our relationships. Okay, I wonder how you can improve your relationships by losing. What do you think?
That's interesting. Probably by going through a tough time, having some failure, especially if you're on a team, you learn to be stronger, right? It's easy to be friends when everything's fine and wonderful and you're winning. But when you lose, those relationships will get tested a little bit. People might get upset and it's your fault and you did that wrong and that kind of thing. But if you get through that and realize, no, it was a group thing, we all made mistakes and we can all do better, then those relationships can get stronger. I believe that is true. Relationships can do well when they have a little stress and a little strain, when they get tested. When we talk about relationships, we talk about the situations between people. You have family relationships. He's my brother. She's my sister. They're my parents. That's a family relationship. Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents. We can have friendships. That can be a relationship too. My best friend, my new friend, my friend from work. Or we can have other more casual relationships. My coworker, my colleague, my neighbor. I always say hi to them in the morning, but I don't know very much about them. But these are just people you know and the way you interact and the feelings that are between you, the bonds that hold you together. These are relationships. So yes, of course, you're going to have relationships on your team, and those relationships will be tested and may even or should get stronger when you go through some tough times. So, as the article says, it's okay to fail. This is to your point, just don't stop trying.
Indeed, it's important to try, but it's also okay if you fail, as long as you tried your best.
It can even be good for you to fail occasionally. You know who never fails? Us.
Who?
Tina.
Okay.
She's always there. She's solid as a rock.
Yes, she is.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 relationship 名词人际关系。Sandy tries to maintain a good relationship with her classmates. Sandy 努力与同学保持良好的人际关系。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, thank you, Tina. Now let's go to the second part of the article and we'll be right back.
Also, we need to put our focus on doing our best instead of winning. That way, we can still be proud of our efforts when we lose. We can be happy for the other people and their success too. Real winning isn't about prizes. It's about finding meaning and pleasure in our actions.
Okay, we are back from our break. Let's keep going with our article and learning about some of the things, the good things that can come from losing. After you get over the disappointment of not winning, you can learn from your mistakes. Your relationships in your team and with other people could be stronger. Those are definite positive things that can come from a bad or unlucky situation. Also, the article says, we need to put our focus on doing our best instead of winning.
Yes, we mentioned that. Just try to do your best. And if you win, great. But if you lose, you can learn something on the way, right?
Exactly right. Yeah.
That way, we can still be proud of our efforts when we lose. That's true. So don't just not care about your competition or your game, but try your best and be proud of all the effort that you put into it. So effort is the hard work or energy you put into something. For example, she made a big effort to finish her homework. Okay, so maybe she had a lot of homework, so she had to really try very hard to finish everything.
Exactly. Effort, of course, can be measured in the time you spend in doing something and also how much energy you use in doing something. Lifting something heavy takes a lot of effort, maybe just for a few seconds using your muscle power. But I don't know, learning a language takes a lot of effort over a long time. But if you keep trying, you will definitely get better. Slowly, maybe, but you will definitely get better. And that will be such a good feeling, right?
Yes.
I mean, the gold medal, the golden cup, the trophy, the prize, that's all nice. But the memories of how hard you worked and how well you did, even if you didn't win, those will last a lot longer. All right, let's go over to Tina one more time.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 effort 名词努力。Tim put a lot of effort into finishing his painting. Tim 投入很多努力完成他的画作。文法的部分刚刚提到了 instead of 加上动词 ing， 而不是做某事，指的是改做某事来取而代之。Instead 表示作为替代。我们来看看这个例句。Instead of watching TV, Sam read a book. Sam 没有看电视，而是读了书。A is proud of B. A 为 B 感到骄傲。Proud 指的是自豪的、得意的。我们来看看这个例句。Maria is proud of her brother for winning the race. Maria 为她弟弟赢得比赛感到骄傲。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. Welcome back.
Yes, we are talking about how you can learn things by losing, and you don't always have to be a winner. Now, of course, a lot of the things we talked about, that happens after you lose, right? You go back, you think about what you did wrong, you work with your team to do better next time. But right in that moment, right when it's announced that someone else won and you came second or third, your emotions can get strong, right? You can be disappointed, angry, sad, upset, a combination of all those upset feelings. So this is true. This is something that's very true and very important to remember at that time. We can be happy, it says. We can be happy for the other people and their success too. This is called being a good loser. Just because you lost, even if you think it was maybe unfair or you're just angry with yourself, don't be angry with that person who won. They had a good day. Maybe they were lucky. Maybe they were more prepared and practiced harder than you. So it's important to be able to shake their hand and say, good job, well done, congratulations, and not be upset just because they beat you that day.
Yeah, so if you watch TV and you see when there are competitions, you'll see that maybe the loser would go shake the other person's hand or also clap for their success. That's what makes a good loser. And generally, that's what makes people more likable, right? Okay.
For sure.
So continuing, real winning isn't about prizes. Yeah, it's about the title. No, I'm guessing it's about the process and what you learn, right?
Exactly. As it says, it's about finding meaning and pleasure in our actions. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about, the destination. Winning is what I'm focused on. No. And actually, often with travel, when we talk about going somewhere, it's not the destination. It's not getting to that place. It's the journey. It's going along on the trip, looking out the window, meeting people, seeing new things, having new experiences, and learning things. This will give you much more meaning than a bunch of gold trophies or gold medals or first place prizes or something like that. When we talk about meaning, we talk about how important things are or judging their importance. Our relationship should have meaning. If it's just, hey, how are you? I'm fine. See you later. That relationship doesn't have a lot of meaning. If you share your feelings, if you share your happiness and share your sadness, that relationship will have more meaning. Maybe if you go to a store and you buy a coffee cup or something, well, that's a good coffee cup, but maybe your little cousin or a friend makes you a coffee cup with their own hands in art class. Wow, that has more meaning. It's not just something I bought, it's something that someone made for me. So it has more meaning, it has more importance, especially in my life and in my feelings.
Yeah, and we have another word, pleasure, meaning a happy or good feeling. For example, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you too. Yes. And a pleasure to meet Tina. So let's go do that right now.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 meaning 名词意义 Lily found meaning in painting every day. Lily 在每天画画中找到了意义 pleasure 名词乐趣愉快Playing soccer gives Alex great pleasure. 踢足球给 Alex 带来很大的乐趣。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A is happy for B. A 为 B 感到高兴。我们来看看这个例句。Ian was happy for his friend when he got the job. 当 Ian 的朋友找到工作时 ，Ian 替他感到高兴。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, there's been a lot of good, useful, and important stuff in our article today and yesterday as well about learning how winning isn't the most important thing and losing can actually be good for you. So we hope you guys can take that and go out into the world and fight bravely, work as hard as you can, and don't be too disappointed if you don't win. You'll probably win tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, let's review the article, and then we will be back here to see you winners, all of you winners, even if you're in second place. You're still a winner to us. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
When we fail, we get valuable information. We can learn from it to avoid making the same mistakes. We can also use it to improve our relationships. So it's okay to fail. Just don't stop trying. Also, we need to put our focus on doing our best instead of winning. That way, we can still be proud of our efforts when we lose. We can be happy for the other people and their success too. Real winning isn't about prizes. It's about finding meaning and pleasure in our actions.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 valuable 形容词宝贵的有价值的 relationship 名词人际关系 effort 名词努力 meaning 名词意义 pleasure 名词乐趣愉快。接着我们来看文法的部分 instead of 加上 VING 而不是做某事 Instead of driving to work, maybe you can ride your bike. 或许你可以骑自行车上班，而不是开车。A is proud of B. A 为 B 感到骄傲。Nancy is proud of her good action. Nancy 为自己的善举感到骄傲。A is happy for B. A 为 B 感到高兴。I was very happy for Justin and May when they got married. Justin 和 May 结婚时，我很替他们开心。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I am so ready for this one.
Today we're going to sort out the difference between historic and historical.
But before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between historic and historical.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, here's your first sentence. The signing of the peace treaty was a blank event in world history. Which one fits?
I think it's historic.
Correct. Historic describes something very important or famous in history. Okay, next one. The museum has an extensive collection of blank documents from the 18th century. Which one fits?
Is it historical?
Yes, it is. Historical just means related to history. So it doesn't have to be famous, just connected to the past. You're on fire today. All right, time for a breakdown.
First, historic is an adjective that describes something very significant in history. For example, the moon landing was a historic event.
Right. Historic events really make a mark. They're memorable and often world-changing.
Now, historical is also an adjective, but it simply means related to history. For example, this novel is based on historical events from ancient China.
So, with historical, you're talking about anything connected to the past, whether it's ordinary or famous.
Here's an easy way to remember it. Historic is remarkable, historical is history related.
Exactly. Once you get the difference, it's super clear.
And here's something fun. A sentence can have both. The coronation was a historic event, and today we can see its legacy in the castle's historical paintings and artifacts.
So historical events can become historic when they leave a lasting impact.
And now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep learning.
Bye-bye.